Yes, I had the opportunity to actually play the new Star Wars Outlaws open world video game months before it's due to come out August 30th. This is going to be a 3-part series sharing with you guys all the details from each adventure I was able to experience as Kay Vess at Ubisoft Forward. By the way, guys, thank you for clicking on my video, and please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. It really supports my channel. And before we jump into this video, I want to sincerely thank Ubisoft for inviting me to the event. It was truly a privilege and I had a blast. Alright, here we go, guys. Our first adventure, we are sneaking off of some kind of Empire installation, and I'm so glad they sent me this B-roll footage because whoever's playing this game has got way more mad skills than I did when I was playing, because we didn't get any tutorials. You know, they have to have everyone get a certain amount of time to play, which is why we had like a chaperone who was helping kind of direct us through the game and use all the different abilities. So this person is sneaking and has like way better skills than I did. Here's a great example of Nyx, her adorable little sidekick who can do so much. Look at that, can distract the stormtrooper, set a trap, he can pickpocket the stormtrooper, can even attack them, and I think we'll see that in just a minute here. So she's using him to stealthily creep up and take him out quietly. Here we go. Ooh, right to the helmet, and down he goes. Nice. Use takedown for, let's see, defeat enemies with melee. Sweet. Lots of fun, unique achievements throughout the game. And here Kay is creeping into this area, remaining undetected. That is definitely a skill that you're going to have to develop in this game. Being stealth, if you wait till the third part of the series, is definitely a challenge. And I think it's going to be really rewarding, and it's going to take some practice, I think, to get really good at that. And, oh, down with the stun aspect of your weapon. There is a long recharge time, so it's very wise to kind of save it and use it in just the right moments. Oh, sneak up from behind, bam, with the melee knockout, and then while she had Nyx attack the other guy on his face like an alien from the movie. Yeah, I can tell you right now that my playthrough did not go that smooth, but this is how it's done, people, okay? Like I said, a little bit of practice, and you will master the art of stealth. And I have to hand it to Ubisoft. I have played a lot of games over the years, and they still manage to find a creative new way to hack computer terminals and to also pick locks and doors to give you some challenge and to mix things up as you're going along your adventure here. So thanks to my chaperone for the game, I did activate both of those alerts. It was like move shipment and also evacuate the Imperial installment here. So everyone, you can see, is starting to get out of the way so that she can hop back in her Trailblazer and blaze her way out of here. And here's that lockpicking thing I had just mentioned. There's a little bit of a tempo beat to it, but with some practice, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out no problem. And there is the Trailblazer. She's got to make her way to it. Ooh, that's a nice slide. We are going in hot, which of course is another super fun and different style of gameplay other than stealth, because situations like this, you got to go in hot. And let's see if she finds that explosive next to those guys here. Is Nyx setting... Oh, there it is. Boom. Luckily, there's lots of health and other weapons that I got to try out. The E11 Classic Stormtrooper Blaster. And your blaster also has a different setting, which he's going to use right here to disable that shield, reactivate the damage aspect, and then boom, set off another explosive. I think there's a sniper right next to her that kind of charged up so that you can pick up weapons. You know, of course, there's limited ammo, which makes for an exciting kind of survival aspect of the game. All right, what are we doing here? Oh, snap. Oh, bam, bam, bam. Ooh, quick shot. I didn't even get to try out that feature. That is so neat. And there's a Trailblazer, and they're loading something up onto it. Come on, Kay, hold out. E11. Boom. Tons of action. And let's get out of here. Let's blow this joint. I actually took a second to explore the Trailblazer, and it looks so in-universe. It was designed really interesting. I was just geeking out, just kind of walking around inside of it during one of the second or third adventures. But Kay and her companion here, who is still kind of a mystery, don't know who they are yet. And here we go. It was a blast piloting and checking out the physics and how And just how the Trailblazer handles in space. I think at this part of the game they were telling you to go make for that debris in space to try to lose some of these ties that are following you. I don't believe there is an in-cockpit view. I wish there was, even though I'm totally guilty of always using the third-person view. Wow, beautiful. Look at that backdrop to this action scene here in space. And coming up right here, this part is some kind of a feature where there's some aim assist going on, and I really had this flashback from the films when there's always like a cinematic view of the starships like shooting down the ties. So you got the right trigger for your basic firing cannons, rockets, which you have to target onto the enemies for A, and now this player is using the turret, which is going to be super useful for a lot of big dogfights, and that also takes a little bit of time to recharge, but it wouldn't surprise me if there's like upgrades where you can increase the damage or reduce the cooldown. We've also at the bottom left hand of the screen have repair and radar, which I don't even think I even took advantage of those things, but oh, got one. And this player is like doing so much better than I did. I'm glad you're not watching my footage. I kind of got turned around a little bit, but one of the features of the game which may be able to toggle in and out of is that it will automatically kind of recorrect you and balance out the entire world in case you get turned upside down. Now this is part of the mission where you have to go and clear your wanted status. Here we go, really quick. And here's another component which is kind of new to the Star Wars video games, which we have seen in the Kenobi series. There's that scene when they're on the Inquisitor like ship on that planet, and we see the A-Wing like completely stop in space, even though in a lot of the games you're kind of on this momentum curve and you just cannot stop. So being able to stop your starship completely is canon, and as you just noticed here that when you approach the planet, you can choose which city that you would like to land at, and just wait for it. You're going to get this awesome cinematic view to give you an idea of the open world, which I didn't get to explore, understandably, but just wait for it. It's so money coming up here, getting ready to land, building the anticipation. Here it comes. Wait for it. Oh, there it is. Wow. Beautiful. This scene just got me. Gave me the like Star Wars chills for sure, and a great view of the Trailblazer from all sides. And we're landing at a city where we're going to go explore the downtown district area, or like the city of this brand new planet to the Star Wars universe called Tashara. And it's, as you can tell, a very like African savanna theme to the biome, which is, I cannot wait to go explore on Kay's speeder bike, which I got a picture on. Epic. So much fun. And I'm glad they're taking a minute here just to walk around and show you the beauty, the detail, the weathering. You can tell how much attention was put into making everything look in-universe. All right, fast forwarding here into the city, and this is one of the things I totally geeked out about, was being in a live Star Wars environment from just a really casual perspective, because in a lot of other games, it's either desolate, covered in bad guys, or there might just be one single cantina with a few creatures and people throughout the Star Wars universe. But you can tell, look at everyone around you is so different. Nothing's being repetitive. And as you're walking past some of the storefronts and the gambling halls, you'll hear people hollering at you to come play sabacc, or they need help with something. So this kind of area is going to be rich with so many activities that you're going to be able to do other than the main storyline. And so here we're entering the main cantina. And oh man, I mean, look at just the variety, the detail, all the different creatures and people living on planet. And I was just totally geeking out. I felt really immersed in the Star Wars world. And look at these two shady figures over here. They could be up to no good. Maybe buy them a blue milk and see if they have a mission for you. Who knows, right? And it's going to be so cool to see who is behind this door. I believe it's the head syndicate leader on planet, a part of the game where I actually did not get a chance to see at Ubisoft Forward. So, yes, the Pikes! Oh, so cool. Short dialogue ensues, which ends the first adventure. So to share some final thoughts with you guys about my personal gameplay of Star Wars Outlaws, I have 3 words for you, okay? It is solid. This thing has all the components to make a crazy fun, well-rounded Star Wars video game, including stealth, action, exploration, upgrades, and tons of stuff to explore with your character, your sidekick. I love this era. You guys know if you've been watching my channel, I love the original trilogy. And when it came to controlling Kay or the Trailblazer up in space, all the controls were intuitive, natural, felt great, responsive, definitely nothing critical to say, especially because they reminded us that this is still a work in progress. Another compliment I have for the studio is that the market in particular, like the world really feels alive to see a lot of people who are not all enemies. In a lot of other Star Wars games where you're surrounded by just average normal people on planet in the market doing their business, it just felt very alive. I really enjoyed it. And one other thing I was totally geeking out about they didn't show you footage of was I just took a minute to walk around and explore the Trailblazer. It's not enormous. It really reminded me a lot of the Falcon, and it's so designed in universe. And it was just, I don't know, one particular thing that really stood out to me. So right here at the end of the video, I'm going to include the links to that part 2 and part 3 of the series, which really got to explore her climbing and parkour skills, along with a better look at her stealth abilities on Kijimi, the planet we saw in the sequel films. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, be safe, and have an awesome Star Wars day.